All right, all right, all right. Welcome back. Welcome back. Season 3, episode 4. Do you even read, bro? It is your boy, The Compass, and I'm joined by the esteemed Preston, the moderator gathers. Y'all know I like to do this. I don't know why I do this, but I like to talk in rhythm. You know what I mean?
Euro,
Like he a
Euro
rapper.
step, Euro step with the words.
Man, I know, right? Man, how y'all fellas doing today, man? What's the deal?
Fantastic, brother.
No
What a
doubt.
time to be alive.
We good.
We
Ah, here we
good?
What
go.
you got? What you got over there? We good.
All
We
right,
good.
man. So, uh, man, Miss McCall, 2003, we spent our first Christmas together, right? Unbeknownst to the rest of the world, 15 years later, you fast forward, right? Um, 5, 6 duty stations, 4 or 5 different cars, 3 kids, and now I am introduced to the Dana, who is the author of 2 soon to be New York Times bestsellers, right? I
Damn.
am married to the author.
Yeah.
I like to call her the Pulitzer, right? They
Yep.
call it the Pulitzer, you know.
Yep.
Yeah.
Um, Miss McCall, how you doing today?
I'm all right. Thank you. Thank you, PFA, for having me
No,
tonight. I do appreciate it.
no doubt, no doubt. So, for those of you who do not know, my wife, my queen, is the self-published author of These Hugs Are My Hugs and Good Day, and she is also the primary owner for the Legacy of Negasi, right, which is our publishing and early learning platform um, that through her vision she created to educate um, black boys and get them to their academic baseline. Um, my queen, I am not going to steal your thunder because I want you to kind of dive into that throughout the episode. Um, But just to jump start things off, tell us a little bit about yourself. Give us a synopsis of LON. Define Negasi, and just give us what your goal is.
All right, no problem. So basically, you hit it right on the nail. Um, but my maiden name, I'm Wichita born native, Dana Dean, the Donna and Vernon Dean. Well, Donna Baker and Vernon Dean. My parents are not married. I'm the oldest girl, so that makes me for real the oldest. So I've always took on a mother role, right? So yeah. Before me being an author, I was in the military. Um, it kind of honed me. The military did. It just kind of gave me that extra discipline, I guess, if you will. But I've been always been the same person, right? Upfront, uh, nurturing. I'm sorry, you all. I hear an echo coming from your room. You want to shut my door, McCall? All right, yeah.
Yeah, she was
Nurturing.
in the military. Thank you for your service, ma'am.
And always tell people, that was one of my greatest accomplishments outside of my children. So it was really my honor, Preston, to have been under the same, the ranks as you speak of your dad. So it was really an honor to do so. Um, I was in the army about just shy of 15 years without my delayed entry, and then nobody could have told me I wasn't going to be Sergeant Major McCall. I had my goals set on. I knew where I was going when I got in. So I didn't play around too much. I knew what the job was. I went in to get the job done. So just shy of 15 years and made to the rank of master sergeant. And then, I always told myself if I was in the military, I would be a teacher. I would be teaching kids. And then I got out after a car wreck. Did something to my physical ability, but more so I think to my mental. Yeah, I didn't think that I could perform like I did pre-car wreck. So it was time for me to get out because I was not the same soldier. I got out and hubby went to Iraq and Dana came to Kansas.
All
Um,
right.
I didn't think I'll ever be back here, but God has a way of putting you where you're supposed to be. And I'm just leave that there as
Right
far as
on.
my bio. I don't speak much about my education background because I believe teaching is a gift that you can either do or you can't, and no
Hmm.
certification is going to get you. I mean, make you teach you any better. Either you can connect to children or you cannot, and so my certifications those are irrelevant.
I
I do
love it.
have
I
some,
love it.
but I don't have to. I don't feel like I need to even spat those. So. Pending your questions.
Nice, nice. So I do want you to tell everyone about Negasi, right? So we were initially raising royalty. That's what we ran with. It has a nice ring to it. And really it came down to something simple as a domain name, trying to create our email address, right? An official website and all this stuff. And um, Negasi, the legacy of Negasi, really made that decision. Um, Took us a couple of days, really, you know. Um,
Yeah, I think it didn't. I don't think it took that long, McCall. I think once
Maybe the
we,
same day.
yeah, it was. And shout out to Tyrone. Tyrone, if you're listening, bro.
My man.
I think that
I thought she was talking
I,
about PK for real.
Oh, because I be calling
Oh,
myself Tyrone. She
not
talking
that the
about
other
Tyrone
Tyrone.
24/7 magazine, little fella Tyrone. Yeah,
24/7
Yeah.
magazine
my man.
Tyrone.
Yeah, I got
I'm gonna
you.
give
Big
my I
dog.
want to
Big
give
dog.
mad props to Tyrone. Initially, like Cornelius said, he told you all we were raising royalty. And then we reached out to him as our graphic designer, all that good stuff. And he came back to us and said, hey, listen, the market is saturated with raising royalties and you will be lost in the sauce, right? So I think that you all should come up with something else. First, I was like, no, we're going to keep it. And then you know what? I said, you know what? Let's go back to the drawing board and come up with something else.
Dare to be
And
different.
really, it was the same day. Um, and so what's significant about Negasi is it's an Ethiopian term. And Ethiopia is the only African country that has not been colonized. Um, and for me, I guess that rang loud and proud. I was just looking for an African term that meant royalty, and then that's
Mhm.
what populated. I liked the ring of it. I liked it. Ran it by my king over there, and at first it didn't sound good, and I was like, well, let's put legacy in front of it, and then we played with it for a little while, and then it was what it was. But I think, God has a way. Again, I'm going to give all glory to God because he deserves all the credit just because how
Right.
it all came together. So I think that it was all, you know, destiny, if I could say so myself.
I like it.
I like
But
it.
you
So
corporate though, you ain't have to run nothing by him. Boss,
Oh,
he was ready.
absolutely not.
Yeah.
No. So I'm very.
We can call it cornbread and Earl, and that was gonna be the name of it. You know what I'm saying? You gotta run nothing
You're
by me.
absolutely right. That's the
She
truth,
said what she said.
Preston. You're right. And you're absolutely right. But I'm like a all hands on deck type of gal. I like everybody to be included. I even and try to include Elijah, because at the end of the day, um, if he doesn't jump into something of his own, this is something that he's going to inherit himself anyway.
That
So I
legacy.
try to get us all on board. So
So my first question was it right first, or was the legacy the learning institute? Was that baseline? Which one of those was first? The writing?
I'm learning actually.
Oh, okay.
So it's a story behind that. And someone close to me, uh, I was in maybe sixth grade, maybe fifth. sixth grade, but someone very close to me got held back, and they came to me and they were really, sad and was like, I really just want to be in my right grade. And this person, he means a lot to me. And that's where my teaching, began. I've always had a love for trying to pour into um Black boys, because at the end of the day, you all are the one, not you all, because you are grown men, but, as children, they're so quick to tag our boys with, try to give them learning disabilities or just ADHD and things of that
Mhm.
nature. And, there was absolutely nothing wrong, with this person at all. But, but the fact that, he didn't have someone there with him pouring into him like they should have been outside of school. I think that parents don't realize that school is not only for school. You have to, it has to be some reinforced learning. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? They go get the information from school, but when I come back home, it has to be some reinforced learning. I may be struggling somewhere and I may need some extra help. And who better than to know than my people that live with me at home? And if I don't have that person or that support at home, then I'm losing.
Mhm.
And then I go back to school and I'm not, at the same level as my peers. And then I feel stupid. I feel like something is wrong with me, like they say, when all it took was somebody, taking some time out and pouring into our children.
Mhm. So
Did
they feel
you?
like them 7 hours you get at school and you get 5 or 6 subjects. So you really only in language arts or reading for 50
Mm-hmm.
minutes. And then we moving on. They give you the reading comprehension. You can't comprehend it. Now they want to put you on Ritalin and all that kind of stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
yeah. Go ahead,
Yeah.
Wally. My bad.
Nah, you straight. Age before beauty, so we cool.
Boy, you know.
uh, so what was like for you, Dana? Even though you saw this happening with, one of your peers, did you ever find it or have one of those moments where you noticed that it was happening to you, where the patience and the time and the effort wasn't put into, like the questions you may have had and kind of put towards, other kids and other people, even though you probably, did what you're supposed to as a student, as a child, stayed on your books and everything. But did you ever notice outside of your perseverance to learn that, like, yo, you kind of giving me the runaround, or, you're not giving me as much as I need, to, pick up, this particular, I don't know, lesson or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, did you ever encounter that a lot?
Absolutely. As many, I'll say as many as Black kids, just like everybody else, I did. But I took it upon myself. I loved school. It was something that I enjoyed doing. I hated to miss school. I hated, when somebody told me I wasn't going to school for some reason. I didn't like summer. When it was break time, I asked for extra homework. But had I not
Like
been
somebody
in
that lives in my
pursuit of
house.
that information, would you say?
You sound like some little girl that lives in my house.
Oh, absolutely. Listen, Victoria, she's going to be great. But had I not been in pursuit of that information, I could have gotten lost in the sauce, just like a lot of other people that I know. You know what I mean? Because there was no like I'm gonna grab you by your collar and drag you on. It was none of that. It was either you're gonna show that you're interested in it, or either we're gonna pass you along, or you're gonna get left behind. It really was no, like, you need to do this. I didn't have that mentor, growing up, to push me to learn.
Um, Quick question before I pass it. So percentage wise, would you say it was your personal drive or fear of failure? Which,
Ooh,
which one was more of the dominant trait?
I'll say, I don't have a fear of failing. You know what I mean? I think it's just perseverance, because Yeah, I don't have a fear of failing. If either you can't fail if you try. You know what I mean? If you really tried and you really put your best foot forward, you didn't fail. You just another that wasn't your door. You find your other door. You know what I mean?
So when
So
I asked your other half a question, it might have been on hot seat. I said, "Is there a failure you're proud of?" He acted like I asked him the square root of pi or something like he couldn't answer that. He couldn't wrap his
Pull the
head around.
calculator out.
Yeah, but you gonna miss 100% of the shots she don't take. And then out here talking about you failing if you don't even try. And my man couldn't even wrap his head around that.
I'm saying
but sometimes he's too good. He's
the
too
better
good for
half,
himself.
man. That's the other half, man. That's the
I think
lifeline.
a lot of people do have that fear of failure though. So I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do whatever. That's lessons learned. However, it ain't a failure, that was experience. That's where you learn those life lessons and everything. So
I concur.
Neil, what you got? Because I got some questions I want to rattle off to the author. Go for it then. Before I take over.
Black boy, I know, right? Moderator.
Yeah.
Black boys and black boys. You said that like 50 times, right? So are your books only, or are they specifically for black boys only?
Well, absolutely not. I wanna make sure, that is shouted from the bow. My books are not only for black boys. My books are for all children. Now there is a focus on black boys. I want other kids to see our children at play. I want other kids to see our children winning. I want our other children to see, black boys just simply being, who they are. At the end of the day, our boys are only successful in the eyes or of others if they have a ball in their hand or with a microphone or their fashion.
Bars.
But Cornelius, oh my god, or their fashion, but at some point we have to let them just be. You know what I mean? And it started with that person that was close to me, and now I have 3 boys of my own that have been put in my own care, and so I need to do my duty or my due diligence to create a safer, kinder, you know, place for my boys. That's just all I'm trying to do. But the messages of both books, that's for everybody. Girls, boys.
I don't care if you black, orange, green, blue. Get the book, get the message.
The message is very clear.
There we go. Get the book, get the message, man.
Go ahead, Wally. You got
the statement. I'm sorry. The statement you made about the message. So that was actually somewhat of a hot seat question for you. Okay, mother of 3. You have all boys, right? Dad is present. So you have the more relatable example for them as men to follow. How did you have to change your message being a mother of 3 young boys opposed to having no little girls?
I mean, that message is for everybody. So the message of these hugs are my hugs. Is safe touch, right? And the way that story was born is our children being military children, military brats. My kids weren't born around the nuclear family, so the only time we've seen our family is during the holidays. Right. Well, Elijah, y'all know him as Elijah, my oldest son, though. He would kind of look to us to see if it was okay, if somebody was safe. And if I looked like it was cool, then he, go forth and, give that person a hug. But Uriah, he was like, no, I don't
Who is that?
Yeah. And so he kind of got tagged as mean. They said, oh yeah, he's mean. And so that was my response to everybody else. Like, you know what? He's not mean. And what message am I sending my son if I make him, go embrace somebody that he doesn't know? Because boys are molested too. Mm-hmm. Right? Mm-hmm. Right. And family members.
Sad enough, say it. Go ahead and say it.
They're the culprits, right? They're the culprits.
Yep.
So I mean, we just got to be diligent. Give that topic due diligence, and just because you've seen a boy in the book, that message is very clear. Girls, boys, whoever.
I was so thrown off by that. Becoming a parent, having a younger brother that's young enough to actually be my son. I got that parenting experience through him. And then my first child ends up being a girl. And it totally like threw me off because I'm like, all right, I know how to talk to him. So now what do I say to her? So that's why I was kind of wondering, like, were you looking forward to at any point having a girl to be a little more hands-on, or like, do you go a little harder now that you got your boys?
I'm gonna let you finish, but you already getting there.
No, absolutely not. Listen, so we were actually these last two that we have were created because we were trying to get a girl, but I was only trying to have a girl because my husband wanted a girl, not because of me. I was raised in a house full of girls, and I know how girls operate. And
You was
I
against it.
didn't
You
want
was done
those.
with the girls.
I didn't want those problems, so I was like, you know what? Yeah. I mean, had I ended up with one, I didn't know how to handle her, but I'm glad God gave me some boys. I think I was supposed to have boys. I'll just leave that there.
Yeah, I'm glad we didn't have any, hindsight being 2020, man. The way you are with them boys, man.
Yeah.
With all four of them.
all four of the kids.
Four.
All four of them kids, right?
So, and Brianna, I'm going back through the comments. So Brianna said representation matters. I see you say Neil says it a lot when he posts stuff. Inclusion is dropped. Yeah, and then Janet put a comment on her saying like we need to see our people in the books. I love the illustrations and stuff like that because, like I said, like y'all are doing what y'all are doing here. Like these people look like me. That's so crucial.
Yeah.
Also crucial coming up, reading whatever you see on TV and all that kind of stuff, that these people look like me. So that representation, that inclusion, I just thought it was awesome, man. Well, still is awesome. But I need to get into, so These Hugs Are My Hugs came out first, right? How many books did you have ready? Or was that the first, was that always the one that was intended to come out first?
Yes, These Hugs Are My Hugs was always intended to come out first. I think that was the first one that I've written since I've been out of the Army. I mean, way back when I had did some novels that will never see the light of day because I don't even know where they are. But These Hugs Are My Hugs was first always. But I do have a list. I may have like 10 of them that are ready, that are in the shoot. And so what I usually do is kind of revisit them and look at them. I might do a little bit of changing, but they're ready.
Okay.
They're ready to roll.
My next question for the Pulitzer, the writer, is how long does a book usually take to write?
So I don't believe in forced hugs or forced writing. So
okay.
Listen, I kind of get a message. Sometimes it just comes to me, PK.
Message?
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I believe in God gives each of us a gift, and and He'll make way for you through your gift. That's just is what it is, and I don't force myself to write. When I get an idea, sometimes it just comes to me at we could be sitting in the doctor. I could hear somebody say something, and then it sparks an idea right there. Sometimes it just comes out of nowhere, honestly. I've written a few sitting at the doctor's office. From a lot of them come from something that Uriah said, and then my imagination just kind of goes crazy. So there's no forced writing. You just sit down and do it.
Is that Pennywise?
No, that's
they call Micah Pennywise.
That's Pennywise, man. No, that's Micah. Micah's Pennywise. Uriah.
They love the kids though, but everybody got names.
But Brianna said, she said, now we know authors that intentionally write and illustrate books for our babies. And that's what she said it way better than how I fumbled through that, actually having those books in the hopper. I just need to know where I need to send a subpoena for this good day, because Uriah didn't say that. I said that.
Yeah, so good day is a morning affirmation. You're right. You did. I heard it since I've been grown. I heard it from you first, right? But a while back, my grandfather and his old heads hang around and they say things like that. And then I walked into where were we going? We were in
Bed Bath and Beyond, I think.
Bed Bath and Beyond,
Yeah.
and it was a sign in there. And when I saw it the third time, I said, you know what, this is a sign. I need to write this right quick for my boys. So PK, send your subpoena wherever you want to.
We had enough plagiarizing in this group.
You just come up there and get some of them shoes.
Send it wherever you want to. But it's a morning affirmation, just like other ones. And I just thought it was a very empowering message, and the little boys needed to grasp onto that. So
I love it.
So go ahead, PK. Go ahead, man.
No, I was gonna ask. So I asked them. So you the writer in the group. You the published author and everything. So what's the difference between a writer and an author then?
So a writer is a person that just, they just sit down and they write down their ideas. An author, on the other hand, is somebody that, they took that extra step, that leap of faith, right? Because for a long time, I wrote These Hugs Are My Hugs in 2017. The end of 2017, right before I got out of the Army. And I was so nervous about, putting it out there because it was never going to be ready, right? So at that time, I was the writer, because I had this piece of work and everybody was waiting on it, but I was just too scared to push it out there, And so I became an author when I stepped out on that faith and just
The
gave
rest
the
is
world.
history.
Yeah.
Word.
Now there's many more to come.
Okay, demographics, right? Demographics, right? We in the trenches, man. You argue with me on the weekend. Get up, we got to go sell books. And we run into the same demographic of people, okay, who say stuff like, hey, what kind of research do you do behind your books? Or they look at the cover, they see them two little black boys, man. And, no, ma'am, or they won't even look our way, right? Two-part question. Dana, two-part question. Will we ever see another demographic of people in LON? And how do you deal with those specific types of people who do not buy into your message?
Listen, I say to those people, hey,
Good day.
absolutely.
Good day, sir.
My message is for whoever, listen, my audience is gonna buy it. You know what I mean? Either you're gonna buy my product or you're not. There's nothing that I can do. But my demographics of my stories will not change. My work will still be of quality, value, and it will always have a message. And you get what you get, and either you gonna read it or you don't. And then that's just how I see it.
Right.
I love it. As advertised.
It's crazy, while we out there, so there's a population of people who will buy it because they completely buy in. There's a population of people who buy it just to support, and then some people just really, they genuinely want to see you win. So they'll buy it, and she does a great job of, her message doesn't change, right? She greets people with a smile and she picks up on the body language as soon as they approach the LON table, and 9 times out of 10, we're maybe I think this last one, we may have been the only black vendors at the event, and I think we may have gotten the most business, our table stayed. She's smiling at everybody, no matter the
face hurting when you get home. Like, goodness,
man, and crazy is the body language from the people that's between the cracks of people. They'll look over, you can see them looking, and they kind of,
what I mean? Rubberneck. I got to see what the buzz about. Yeah.
She peeps game, and she like, hey, such and such. I'm like, okay, bet, let him go, let him go. Go ahead, Wally. You had something, bro. Was you about to say something?
No.
I got something. So, veteran, mother, black mother, black veteran, writing these books. you got the publishing company, that whole thing. How do you deal with well, I got the negative reviews. Like, how do you deal with negative book review? But what's something you hear that it makes you peel back for a second before you answer? Is it like oh, you published these two, and oh, you wrote these two? Like, how you deal with all that? 'Cause I know you get it.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I do. I just greet them with a smile, just like I do everybody else. And I go on and I continue to push my message. And either they buy the book or they don't. And then when they leave, they're still greeted with a smile. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter what I can't get my energy to that, because you know what? As soon as they walk off, somebody else is coming in. You know what I mean? It's a waste of energy to give them that attention. Now, there was this one person that was at my table, and I'll call her Karen.
Mm-hmm.
And she asked me in reference to, these hugs are my hugs, what research went into the story? And so I was taken aback for a moment, because I was like, well, the story came from personal experience. I gave her the story, how it was, the story was born, and her body language kind of turned off. And then, so her husband stood there, and he's still engaged in what I'm saying. So, it kind of ticked Neil off, because Neil kind of, tried to interject. And I was like, you know what, honey, just write it down. And then I asked her, what kind of research, are you looking for? Mm-hmm. Do you want me to give you the numbers about how many girls and boys are molested by family members? Mm-hmm. What research do you want me to spat out to you, ma'am? She kind of, walked away, but her husband ended up buying both of the books. So
that's the win.
We got the win, but it was kind of puzzling, because, I understand, you want, research, but I don't want to give you the gruesomes, in a children's book.
They don't want that. They don't really want it.
No, they really don't.
Because you start dropping them numbers, they don't really want that. Shoot. So
I'm still here. I'm still here. I'm sorry.
They didn't really want what they want is, they want you to fumble over the fact that you can't explain something to them, but you want their money. That's literally all it is. It's the thought of, so you're smart enough to conceive this idea, then you're also even smarter and driven enough to actually
the pitch, I think, is what shocked her. Mm-hmm. It was the pitch. A lot of people are taken aback by my pitch, because I use the same message, like all the time. I'm very routine, guys. And someone, I'm speaking to y'all on my phone, and somebody is just persistent in reaching me right now. But a lot of times they're just taken aback at how I speak, like almost as if they're surprised. You
talk pretty well. Talk pretty well for a Black soldier.
Yeah.
So
Jenna said, "Ain't nobody asking other authors about research for children's books."
They really don't. They don't. Like I said, sometimes, like Wally was saying, a lot of times when they approach our table, soon as they see us and see what we're doing,
I'm out.
They're out. Automatic. We good. I
walk up there and I see this with y'all veteran hats on, and I see that the black chest piece and stuff. Now I'm out.
I think the word Negasi scares a lot of them.
It does.
It captures people, but it scares them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because it's real close to our other dear word that we like. You know what I mean? Yeah.
I can't be seen standing by that table. That's career suicide. Right. Black Twitter's gonna get me.
Career suicide.
Yeah, Black Twitter gonna get me out here in Wichita.
I got a question. So I find it, how we discuss things with each other, publicly, privately, we talk about, finding that circle, or, just that challenging triangle, offense we're trying to put together, where one person is doing something admirable, the other person is doing something that's, respectable, and then, it's just throwing different things at each other. So you actually and also Nick Sampson are also y'all are in the admirable side of what I'm trying to do with my own personal children's book. So for me, like you were talking about brainstorming and all that, and I know, like you said, the difference with writers and authors, I feel like writers have to conceive everything. So my question is, what's more difficult, like conceiving the idea or putting a conclusion on it? Because we critique ourselves so hard, it's never right. And then somebody else might look at it and be like, man, this is perfect. What are you talking about? But we know, you know, in our heart of hearts that like, nah, I don't like the transition from this page to that page.
This page, yeah.
Like what's harder, conception or conclusion?
I'll say conclusion. Sometimes wrapping it up. Because even after, you know, I put out, you know, These Hugs and Good Day, you know, in reading, I'm like, oh man, I should have did this right here, you know, even after, you know, the aftermath of it. So the conclusion, conceiving, I told you, it just kind of comes. The idea comes to me and I just write. And then it's just sometimes just wrapping it up. When to say, okay, enough is enough, right? Because in These Hugs, I was going to include actually Santa Claus was like a last minute addition on it. And then with Santa Claus, when I added Santa Claus, I just thought of it all of a sudden. I was like, you know what? You can go around to any mall in America and see a baby screaming or a child screaming because they don't want to sit on Santa Claus's lap. And then you can see that mother pushing them, forcing them up on there, you know? So that's why I included Santa Claus in there. And then, you know, that edition actually cost me kind of like my first live reading, you know. I was going to go do a live reading in NASCAR Park. And, you know, this lady, she got my book and she kept it for a while. And anyway,
how long though? For how long?
I remember this because my man he got in the chat and was hot.
Yeah. It was actually ridiculous. But you know, our one of our mantras is we don't want to sit at the table. We want our own table, right? I don't want to sit with you. I want my own table. We can be at the same spot though, sis.
And to go along with that, Corey Mann said, greatness breeds intimidation by those who aren't meant to come close to it. So you're doing something great. Greatness and breeds intimidation, man.
Word.
Like you said, I don't want your table. I'll buy this raggedy money. You know what I'm saying?
And it's also that, and we talk about this all the time too. It's also the stigma of like, how are you even qualified to be here? You know what I'm saying? It's not just, oh well, dang, that's good that you know found a way to do this for yourself. It's like, how did you do it, and why are you even able to process how to make it work? You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no way in hell that you did this on your own, or, oh, you wrote this book and y'all published it. There's no way that y'all really did that. So tell us, like, come on, spill the beans. Like, did you guys really do this, or is this just some bull?
I'm pressing these up in the garage. What's going on here?
That Wally, it's all of it is inevitable. But at the end of the day, just like in the military, you just gotta you just like I apply my military, experience to it. I know what my end goal is, I know what my end game is, and I just got to keep the eye on the prize. I can't worry about, what someone else is thinking, because that's one thing I have to keep telling Neil is that I never go to the comments. I don't really, you know what? If you bought it, thank you. I really don't. If you're not giving me something constructive, I don't need it. So I don't look in the comments. My husband does, but I can keep reminding him.
Hot. I'm like, chill, bro. The check already cleared.
Who are you?
I tell them stay out the comments.
You can't do it. You haven't had the thought to manifest a book, children's book, autobiography, whatever. So who are you to critique anything or even talk down on what I'm doing? You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, but my message is this though. You know what? If you have an idea, I can help you bring yours to life too.
Let's get it.
Man.
Because obviously you need a little help.
Yeah.
right?
I can help you if you like.
Okay. So outside of writing, what else does Ella Wind do? Ella Wind as a brand, as a body, because I
Ah,
know authoring that's not where the buck stops. And people
no,
are
no,
curious.
no. There is a series of, I guess I call it activism that goes in with it, you know. So yeah, when we moved here, I got a group of teenage boys together and you know, put Neil in charge because that's where I come. You know, I have to put Neil in charge of it because you know they're more receptive coming from the cool uncle, right?
You got
So
what?
I yeah, seriously, he's too cool for himself half the time. I'm telling you, it's not a
Boy.
joke. Anyways, so I purchased the books and I said, hey, you're gonna have 6 boys downstairs with you, and on Saturday morning, y'all are going to read, and it turned into Black Boys Read. And then Black Boys Read kind of grew because my younger nephews was like, well, we want to read too. And so the little guys, while Neil was downstairs, I was upstairs with the little guys doing that thing. And then, you know, right now I'm working on Read Bro campaign. So Read Bro campaign, Cornelius had mentioned it earlier. What it is I am in pursuit of trying to get Black boys to read, right? So I noticed that last year in the 8th grade, Elijah was on this website for school and he was flipping through the books. And then I was like, what are you looking for? He said, I'm looking for something to read. And I got on the site. It was like 4 to 6 pages of different books. So well, what exactly are you looking for? He's like, oh, you know, some Black people or um, some sports. That's what he said, right? And so, you know, that's when it occurred to me. You know what? I looked on online to see, and then that's when the 18% was exposed to me. 18% of Black boys in the 4th grade test proficient in reading on their state test. That's the number, and that's according to Forbes magazine. That
Like
contributes
18% out
to
of what?
18. Well, I don't know the actual number, but
No, I'm talking
18%
about
of those
18%
fourth
out
graders.
of 20% or 18 out of 100. That's what? That is,
18,
Yeah,
only
it's
18%.
substantial.
yeah, that's what I'm
Substantial.
saying.
And
Like
Yeah.
if
so
I
I
fail
said,
like
well,
a 20 on a test, 20 out of what? 20 out of 100? Like
no,
18%.
18% is
That's nuts.
18. Yeah. So the problem is this: is that I don't think it's that they cannot read. You know, so I go around and I talk to little boys. A lot of times they don't like it.
I don't
So
want to
I'm
read
in
it.
pursuit. They don't want to. So you got to try to appeal to them through identity or cultural experience in some way, right? That's how the books came about. But I'm trying to figure out a way to make it cool, right? To read. So on my merchandise, on all my hoodies, I put Read Bro. And in the month of November to December, on Tuesdays and Thursdays, I plan to launch my first campaign where I will meet with kindergarten, 1st and 2nd grade on Tuesdays. Well, with a host of volunteers, 50 boys, and we'll go over like the reading baseline. Try to get a lot of those boys don't even know what the sounds of the letters makes, and the consonant blends and diphthongs and digraphs, and you know sight words. You know, and it's kind of like a reading boot camp more so. And I'm really excited to get it to jump off. I was hoping somebody donated a building to me for free, but it sure looks like we're gonna be paying for one, but it's all good.
I'm gonna hit these
Cornelius,
numbers
can I
tonight.
borrow
I
the
get you
money?
that building. Don't worry about it.
No, man, one of us.
I'm gonna hit tonight. We'll get you squared away. Don't
Yeah.
even worry about it. Hashtag
Yeah,
read, bro.
Read,
Wally,
bro.
Wally sent me some on Instagram today, and I shot it back. I watched it and everything, shot it back, and he was like, "Nah, did you read the caption?" I was like, "I guess I need to tune in tonight because I didn't even read,
Oh,
bro."
yeah, I guess I need to
yeah,
read.
I
read,
guess I
Right,
really
right.
need to, you know what I'm saying? I need to really to. So I talk about our shows at work. I got some authors. I mean, some authors. I told them, I was, "Hey, man, we're interviewing an author that I like personally know and everything." "Oh, you know what's it about this, that, and other." I was waiting for say, well, or they wouldn't ask, but you know, is she black or white? Here, you know. So they 2 or 3 questions came out of that. One of them was, you know, how do you process and deal with the negative book reviews? And then the other one was the most difficult part of the writing process. What's the most difficult part of it?
The conclusion, just like Wally asked, is knowing when to wrap it up or when to say, you know what, I'm hands off. This is what it is, and let it go. Because you know, a writer, I mean, a writer, your work is never done in your
Mhm.
eyes. And even after it's finished, you can see where oh, I should have did this, I should have did that. But
Amen. to
I'm
that.
learning a lot with the process. And shoot, ain't no way other way to go but up from here, PK.
Hey, I like it. I like it. Advice that you would have for an author that's working on their first book or wanting to write a book?
Me, I am that question. That is me.
I am
Oh.
that question.
Oh, and then Brianna said, do you offer any virtual services for upper level boys, perhaps?
So
Ooh,
Just something
challenge
you get off.
accepted.
Okay.
my focus is mainly on little boys. I feel like if I can catch them at
Young.
um early on in life to try to develop a love of reading, because the only way to get better reading is more reading, right? You have to consistently do it, and it needs to happen routinely. And if we can get them to read more, then those numbers will change, right? And so that's what I'm trying to catch them early on, right? If you can catch
Mm-hmm.
them early on, then it changes the game later on.
Gotcha.
That's how I feel about that. Advice that I would give to a new author: believe in yourself. Um, Surround yourself with someone that has the same goal as you, or somebody that's going to tell you the truth, right? And because let me tell y'all, Cornelius, he calls me the idea fairy, and sometimes I can wake up in the middle of
In
the
the
night.
flesh.
Yeah, it's okay. So I can wake up in the middle of the night and tell him an idea. He's the first person I tell because I'm so excited about it, and I'll tell him. But after a while, he just tells me everything is a good idea, and I know everything can't be a good idea. Golly, I mean, you got to surround yourself with people who are going to tell you the truth,
Mm-hmm.
and be receptive to that constructive criticism. Everybody is not being a hater. You got to look at that and then take a step out on faith and believe in yourself. That's it.
Love it.
So
Question out of the comments was, when did you first realize that becoming an author was really within reach? Like, yo, I'm really out here.
So I told y'all I was writing when I was younger, between songs and, oh my goodness, stories. Oh no, I'm not gonna sing, but
oh, okay.
um, oh
Compass.
yeah, but Neil, what was? See,
He
you throwing
the
me off.
compass went so
When I was working with a actual someone that was going to publish for me, and the process was just taking so long, and so I decided to go and look to see what it took to do it myself.
Mhm.
And I started playing with the system, and once I figured it out, I was like, oh, I'm not going to pay for this. I'm not paying for this. I will do this myself. It
Mhm.
saved me a lot of money. It saved me a lot of energy. It saved me a lot of time. And I'm so glad, she took that long,
So
because I wouldn't be doing it myself.
Wally, for you, bro, we talk about this countless times, man. You know,
A
in
lot.
in the event you cannot get it done yourself, man, LON provides those services. However, like she said, man, we was at that Black Book Fair, and I would say, what, Dana, 95% of those authors outsource their publishing, and
Mm-hmm.
they were trying to figure out, like, how did you do that?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, well, I'm thinking, like, when we went there, we were under the impression like, hey, everybody does that, but we were surprised at the amount of people out of what, 15, including us, what, maybe 11, 12 outsourced
Mm-hmm.
publishing, um, which is crazy. Yeah, because it does. Talking about those numbers, Wally. It's not an overly expensive process to produce a tangible product. At the end of the day, um, But once you get to putting money here and here and there and there, just to bring it together, oh yeah, man, you didn't, you know what I
Spent the
mean?
bag.
Yeah, you just spent the whole bag,
So,
you know?
so my question in regards to that is it best to just have a budget in mind, or do you just say, hey, we're gonna have to put a cap on this, or do you just say, yo, like, F it, we're gonna get this amount, however much it costs is what we're gonna drop? Like, which one is
So
that, a budget, or to just go with
I haven't.
whatever you want to do?
My only budget again that I have to refer to is the my illustrator. That's the only money that I spend out between the illustrator and the books that I order in. That's the only money that I set. And then I try to launch each book with a sports team. These hugs I launched with the Bulldogs football Pee Wee League here in Wichita, where they sold X amount and then I gave them so much dollars. So they ended up selling like 120 books. And so I donated $500 to them. But the overall goal was for them to sell 500 books. And then I gave them $1,500, where we split the profit that I received right in half. And they got, the $1,500. So, because I took on the process of self-publishing under myself, I saved myself a lot of money, Wally. And
So that's the one of your questions was to the LON crew, mainly to She Corporate. Are there any benefits of self-publishing outside of being able to keep your coins in house? I guess you can go ahead. You got
go ahead. For me, it's just the I like the pursuit again. You know what I mean? For me, self-publishing, I set my own schedule. I said, okay, here's my goal. I want to sell X amount of books. This is how I'm going to do it. I set my own events up. And it's a learning process, right? And so I like to learn, right? And I'm brand new in the game. So there's still so much for me to learn. But I'm learning so much in the process. So did I answer the question?
Yeah.
That's the benefit of it, is being in total control of your your income. I don't have to pay anyone else back for anything. I'm going to go to this vendor event.
Yep.
Maybe they charge me $50. If I sell 5 books at that event, then I made my money back. And then, and so each event, I've been doing very well. This last event, I think I have 2 more books of These Hugs and My Hugs. And then I will have
Out of how many though? Out of how many?
I'm about to tell them, Cornelia.
Oh, okay.
After
hold on, man. We'll interview you on another episode. This ain't about you, champ.
I'm saying you gotta
You just keep them loaded up in the truck, bro. Everybody in the comments are like, hey, be your own
loaded up in the truck.
Just keep them loaded up in the book. So you only got 2 left to sell?
I have 2 out of my lot. I ordered 800, and so I have 2 left. And then I've sold like 200 online. So after I sell these last 2 books, I think I might buy them for myself. And hit my 1,000 sold. I'm really excited about that.
Facts.
It's
that's
a
big
great
time.
thing.
That's flower big time. That's big time.
Considering the what's the statistic on?
They say that a self-published author will sell between 30 to 100 books in its conception, and that's getting like family members and whoever to buy the book and whatever. And so we surpassed that in the first week of that. And so we were blessed to do so. But I give credit to me, being in the military, because my military family was pushing it, and it's really exciting. I'm really excited.
I literally know I got Dana as an author. My guy I went to Savannah State with, Nick Sampson. He has 2 books. I know him personally known as an author. One of our guests we're going to have on a little later on, like later in the season, Erica, her son, Jaden's like 17, 18. He wrote a kids affirmation book. Like, I know actual authors. Like, that's super dope. And regardless of the numbers they pushing, because I always tell Janet, you just need one client. You just need one person that wants to do yoga. You just need one. and they say you're gonna sell 30 to 100, and you about to break a K.
Yeah.
We out here winning. That is the definition of dopeness right there. That's what.
Yeah, I am excited about that.
That's fantastic.
It is.
Man, I'm about to shed a tear up here. Y'all done got me emotional. We selling books out here because Dana's like that. She's like that.
You know what?
Gabriel, do you even read, bro?
Do you read, bro?
Catch him young.
I take this off mute. You're gonna have a whole lot of questions.
Right.
Whole lot of questions.
Wally, how far are you in your process, your writing process? Are you nearly like finished? Because I've heard you say it several times, bro.
My problem is the inclusion of Santa or not.
That's the problem. That's what's holding you.
Yeah, because the name, and I don't want to get into this too much, but the name of it being Joyful Elf Foundation is, you think of the single parents, or you think of us growing up where you see mom and dad busting their ass to do all this stuff. And granted, it's cool to have the imagination of Santa and all that, just to give the mystique of Christmas to the kids. But at the same time, like Joyful Elf that's the parents. That's us. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's the single mom. That's the dad with 2 jobs while mom stays home and takes care of it. Like, that's what Joyful Elf means. And I'm not gonna bash the dude, but I kind of don't know the message I want to put in there to make sure that we distinguish the difference of who he is opposed to what we're trying to represent.
Okay. Yeah.
Gotcha.
So,
that's fair.
That's dope.
So that's really the tug of war, because kind of like what you said with your situation, where you're gonna keep my book for this long and then critique it and then say, oh well, it's kind of because of this. I know your husband. He probably thought the same thing that I would think to have done in that case if that's me.
Bro, I got that voice memo that came through. It was it was literal. It wasn't curse words in it, but my man's was hot.
Yeah,
and I was
stopped me, man. She stopped me from responding because
she did what she needed to do.
Because it pissed us off the same way, listening to it like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Man, like, whatever.
So Wally Man said create a new character to represent in your situation. But Dana, I got a question for you. Are you selling? Do you ever get a little inkling of disappointment, not to put you on the spot, when they want to buy the shirt and not the book, or the hoodie and not the book? Do you get disappointed?
No, really, I don't think I've even run into that. Only with adults, really. That's the only times I've run into it, where they'll say, you know what, I don't have anybody to give it to, but can I, get a hoodie? And hey, either way, support is support,
I can dig it. Okay.
I
was just trying to see, like, man, I don't know nothing about that. I said I'll mess around and stitch the book into the back of the hoodie, you know what I'm saying? So you got to read it either way, because I'm like, man, who want the you know what I'm saying, who just want the clothing and don't really care about the book? I put a QR code on it or something, take it to the website or something like that. I was just curious, because I mean, we don't have kids, but I bought it and I sent a copy to my nephew as well and everything like that. And I may give it away, but I may give away the ones that aren't signed.
So do we need a Read Bro hoodie logo?
Yeah, y'all definitely need a Read Bro hoodie.
It's a logo set for it already.
Oh, my bad.
Oh no, so listen, I don't even have a hoodie. On all my merchandise, I put Read Bro on there. They're really fly, but somewhere on the hoodie it says Read Bro on there. Or it'll say one of our hashtags, improve not impressed. But somewhere on there it says Read Bro. It's gonna say Elijah's been wearing his his gear to school, and he's been getting a lot of feedback, from them. They're ready for me to put it out there, but I've only really opened it up to family members. I haven't pushed it in the community yet. Probably after I do this first Read Bro campaign, when I'll give those boys, that finish, that don't miss a day, that put in that extra effort during that time frame, they'll leave with one. But almost like a rites of passage. But I want to build up the demand for it. I don't want to just buy merchandise and have it sitting. I just want to build the demand for it right now. And so that's what I'm excited about. But you guys definitely, y'all can get one.
That's what Janice said. Florida is not hoodie friendly. Can I get like a little tank top type
You
joint?
can put
I read bro
Some
wife
swim
feet.
trunks or something like that. So Mr. Man said, when's the next book coming out? I think he might have got on late. When's the next book coming out?
That was my last.
So the next book is called Holiday Game Night, and I am looking to release it at the end of November. And it's about, a little boy recalling his Christmas experience the year before. In my family, it's a tradition that we get together and have a game night on the eve of Christmas Eve. So it kind of gives you that the night before Christmas feel. Wally, it doesn't include Santa Claus at all. So, and it still gives you that magical, that magical experience. Mm-hmm. And I can give y'all, before I leave here tonight, I'll give y'all the rough draft of it, and y'all can say y'all heard it here first.
A live reading?
Yeah. Can you please give me a charger, sir? Because my phone is going to die.
I'll be right back.
I got this page right open. It says Prince, and that's how Victoria was reading it when she said Prince. Today is a good day to have a good day. I was like, man, that right there is awesome, man.
I actually did I was out at one of the events and I got invited to go to the high school to give a motivation type of deal to the high school students. It was the sisterhood there. And it was that's the one that I pitched was good day, that morning affirmation. Sometimes you have to talk to yourself. I thought that picture with the boy looking at them, in the mirror at himself, that right there, that's powerful. Yep. Sometimes you literally have to talk to yourself because life is going to happen to you. And it's up to you how you're going to deal with it.
What? I said self, and self said, huh?
Yeah.
Today's a great day to have
I'm going to die.
Day. No matter what happens.
Can you hit?
Man, Compass, you have let me down. You, come on.
Look at him. There you go, proposing again. Look at him.
So, Janice, I talk to myself all day.
Yeah.
But everybody, like you done gave me that teaser talking about you give them they all in the comments talking about read it.
Okay.
So while y'all working on that, you might not be able to see me, but you can still hear me. If you could spend a day with another popular author, because you're popular to us, BFA, if you could spend a day with another popular author, with whom would you choose?
Oh, whoever Dr. Seuss is. I want to know the secret, sir.
Got you. I remember somebody called you the Black Dr. Seuss or something like that, and Compass was ready to go off. But it wasn't in a good way.
I could only, hope that I get that big. My husband, his job is to pump me up like that. So he does it. Well,
star if your most important fan is missing.
Yeah.
He's good for it at 6 o'clock in the morning too, a jerk.
So Ms. McCall, when you are ready to sit down and get into a little writing, I know you said just whenever it hits you, like a song I wrote, like Wally's, whenever that inspiration hits you, well, what do you need in your writing space to help you stay focused, or what do you just have to have?
I'm old school. I don't sit at a computer and type. I just need a pencil and a piece of paper. It doesn't matter what paper it is. Sometimes I write it on the back of something. Sometimes, as long as I just have a writing utensil and a piece of paper,
you ready to rock?
I can rock. It doesn't even have to be quiet. The kids can be running around doing their thing. It's just something that happens. When it comes, it comes.
I thought
okay, read Rainbow. You better get into them. So what's your favorite writing snack or drink though? Like when you do sit down with that number 2 pencil and a Arby's napkin, what you sipping on? Drinking?
Just some water. Nothing. All I really need is a pencil and a piece of paper. That's it.
How do you celebrate when you finish a book?
I immediately go grab Neil if he's available, and then I go grab Elijah and the kids. And then to hear it, just how it sounds, I'll make Uriah read it to me because he's always my test kid. That's my 6-year-old, and
He'll tell you
yeah,
if you don't like it or not, off
he'll
the
be like,
muscle.
I
no,
love
Nah,
mom.
mommy, I don't like it.
I'm not feeling it.
Yeah.
And these aren't even your hot seat. These are some. I got a friend. He's working, but he texted a couple in, so I was scribbling them down. So everybody, all guests that come on are going to get a version of hot seat.
Is it
But
the
these are
guy
just-
that won the giveaway?
No, I ain't seen Brad tonight. I don't know what's
Oh
up with
my God.
one of my dudes from work. So it's and I got one that says, "What is your kryptonite as a writer?" A Superman reference for the compass,
Oh yeah, kryptonite. Neil, it could be Neil. Because sometimes Neil, I said this earlier. He'll say, "I'm the good idea fairy." So if I'll come up to him with it, and if he gives me some negative feedback right off, it kind of ticks me off, I guess, because I'm so used to him
Or is
agreeing
that
with
purpose?
everything.
Is that purposely done?
Yep. I need you to go harder than that, McCall.
I don't know. Sometimes I think he's being mean. Sometimes I think he does it just to be mean, and then yeah. And I know I complained about that earlier on, with him telling me that everything is a good idea. But when sometimes I know that something is a great idea,
It's fire.
and I just really feel it inside, and he'll give me that. Oh, you always got. Can you finish working on the last thing? Something like that. Like,
I don't make that face.
yeah, he does. So when he goes into that mode, when I'm in creative mode, like that's my kryptonite. That'll make me put the pen down and move on to something else.
That's when she that hot seat. That's when she say, "Hey, compass, go get that over there for me."
Basically, yeah, bro. So that's
last one, compass. Last one.
Go ahead, bro.
What's the best money / investment you've ever spent in regards to your writing?
I'll say, at first I'll say, and it was a bad idea. Neil bought me a Mac, iMac, like computer here. And Neil, did I die? I don't know.
No.
I don't know how I'm dying. And
Don't die, no.
I know.
Damn.
Yeah, the iMac computer. At first, I didn't know how to deal with it because I'm a Dell type of gal. And he bought this computer. I was like, "Oh, you being bougie," and now I love it, because it's an opportunity to learn something else. So I love it. Great investment. Is it charging me? Yeah. So that was the best thing.
Okay. What's up? What else we got? Is she gonna give us a sneak peek? You got something for a compass? You got something? Wally, you got something? I got one that says, "What do the words literary success mean to you?"
Literary success. Ooh, that's a good one.
Damn.
To me, ooh, that's really good. I like it.
Man, I keep one
He be
touch.
practicing, yo.
He do.
I
man.
love it. Literary
Man, he keeps some
success.
fire questions, man, in his pocket.
We're
I love
practicing.
it. For me, literary success is it goes outside of numbers, right? If I can, later on in life, and I run into, children that I feel like I'm impacting right now, and someone says, that Dana McCall was my favorite, author coming up. To me, that's literary success for me, because right now I've submitted my books for the Kansas Literary Notable Book Award.
Yep.
They do in January. So I'll see, if one, if not both, make it through. But
Is that a voting
it's not
process
about those
or
awards.
is it a voting process or something on that?
Yeah,
Or
so you have
to.
your book has to have been published the year before. So this year for next year. And you get your book in through before January, and I guess it goes through a panel, and they let you know by September if your book is one of the 12. They pick 12 throughout the state. So
make some plans of action to get a hold of some people. You let me know, and we'll make it happen for you.
You're crazy. Nah, it's for me. Literary success. I mean, it's going to be well and good to be able to say, oh yeah, my book is one of the Kansas notables. But for me, if later on, like I said, down the line, I run into a kid and they say that I was their favorite author coming up, I did my job.
Question: Can you put both of your books in there or only one?
Nope.
I already planned on it. When she was saying, well, one of them, I was like, damn, they're gonna really be upset when both of when there's 12 slots and she got 2 books in that joint. They go, the third one's gonna be out this year too. 3 out of the 12. Them people gonna be hot. Y'all got to move to Florida. They kicking y'all out of Wichita. Man, that's awesome. Everybody keeps them, man. Preston always keeps them on the tuck, man. I just be trying to make if we gonna have guests on here. You can't come on here playing around with
I like
stuff.
That one.
Last one, and then I'll give it to you guys. Who has been the biggest supporter of your writing?
Cornelius. He's been, and I'm not being cliche at all, because we argue probably before every event.
You look like a man.
Cornelius. He's been, let me tell you, we argue before every event because I'm like, he takes so long to get ready. We have different, we have different.
He takes the longest to get ready?
Oh my God. So I'm a prep, oh my God. We have different concepts of time, right? And so I like to be early. I'm that one that rather be there early and wait for everybody else instead of coming late and then people are waiting on me. I don't like that. I feel like I'm put on the spot like that, and I don't like it. But he feels we have different concepts of time. So we argue every event, but he's there with me every event, right? And so everybody always kind of gives him props because every time we see you there,
The irony.
Yeah, they do. They give him props. I was like, man, we argue every single time, but he's always there. So
it was funny when you did the outside Kansas Fair. I was sharing the hell out of that thing, and it got canceled like the weather. So I think you did a reading at the house, and he was like, "Go, Danny, we're live." Then he was like, "Not until you tag the Kansas City Literacy, whatever. You're live. Not until you tag." I was like.
Yeah, man.
He
own him, man.
He got my back though. He does. And I think that once he gets his focus, once he prioritizes his focus,
the compass will shine.
Anyway, once he prioritizes his focus, we're gonna get to that next level faster. We just got to streamline our talents, but that's another conversation. So, but Cornelius, thank you. You have been the backbone guy.
You all right? We might keep you a little ugly. Y'all got anything else? I just appreciate the time spent. Wally, you got anything else? We want to do the business shout outs first, or do we want to go?
Well, before y'all go, I wanted to.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Let's right into it.
I'm listening. I don't need to ask nothing. I'm listening.
All right. So holiday game night. It is the eve of Christmas Eve when our family gathers for lots of food and games. This year will be no different, and I hope things never change. Each family wears matching pajamas and brings in their ginger house. They've all decorated a miniature Christmas tree, and Grandma has to pick a winner out. She never does, and somehow everyone wins, and that is only where the fun begins. Mom, Dad, aunts, and uncles start the playful banter about how each of them are for sure that their family's project was the winner. Grandma, she sits over there in her corner and she grins because everyone participated, so she's the one who really wins. My oldest uncle is always snarling and no one knows if he's mad. So whenever he's around, all the children behave and not one of us is ever bad. My mom is always walking around with her schedule, making sure everything goes off on cue. She ensures that everyone is involved and keeps everything on the move. Dad is always reminding her that everything doesn't have to be planned. Only mom stays the course and tell dad she understands. I have an auntie. She says she's the Grinch. Only you can tell that she really loves Christmas quite a bit. My other uncle, he's a comedian. He claims that must have cheated whenever he doesn't win. And everyone swears Mom's has studied every game and they hate her house rules. But those are the rules that she added to the game. And I think they make the games extra cool. Grandpa, he's walking around snapping pictures, and I have an auntie who always tries to dodge. So every time he takes her picture, he has her in some move and she's caught off guard. Music runs in the family. Everyone can sing. So I guess it's no surprise that we had Christmas karaoke. We sang all the classic Christmas carols, and of course, no one knew the real words. So we sang our own renditions, ones you've never heard. Unlike singing, everyone can't dance, but rhythm we can muscle. So no surprise that the oldest folks taught us the Cupid shuffle. The children were all in heaven. We played bingo and we won money. We played games and we won toys. There was lots of laughing, lots of smiling, lots of food. What a joy. Family time with 16 cousins. The fun never stops. Even the teenagers were having fun, even when they tried to pretend they were not. We played all day and into the night until our eyes dropped. One by one, we drifted away into our own dreams. Only before I closed my eyes, I was sure to pray that we do this again next year on the eve of Christmas Eve.
Fire.
And that is it.
Spot flames. And I said, the voice, you see them kids came around here, it was story time. You saw them kids jump
clap. I would clap, but I
Ain't
can't
got no
connect my
hands.
hands together.
Ain't got no hands.
Right, you got an arm full of babies.
Girl, you gonna,
Yeah.
My cousin
every
Bree,
time you
she
read
is
my
hilarious.
book online, I gotta send her some $5. I owe her $5.
There we go. Man. Bree said this is a Black Christmas book. I'm sold. Take my money now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, ain't no Santa, man.
exciting.
You know, it's the party before the party.
Yeah, man. So
Yeah.
yeah,
So I
fire
really-
gas. That's fire right there. That's man, I almost went to sleep on y'all for real though. That's good stuff.
Man, PK, man, I'm gonna tell you, bro. That's just that story, man. You got to see how it goes down here during the holidays, man. You're talking, it's 1,055 people with matching pajamas on, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's a whole thing.
And we remixing it's crazy. It's crazy, man.
Oh man, I love it. I guess we'll hit the hot seat and the bid shot. Well, the bid shout outs. I mean, we've been shouting this out. We're going Janet usually drops it about this time. Bree said this story just feels so real. It is real, man. You can imagine that stuff. But Janet's gonna drop the links, man. These two right here are doing numbers. We got the author on with y'all. She done told y'all about it. You know what I'm saying? You need this. She only got 2 of this one left, so it's probably already sold out. So you got to wait a little while, or you have to get it off Amazon, however it may go. You know, but you can still have a good day while you waiting on your hugs to come in. You know what I'm saying? So that business shout out comes without even being said, man.
I see what you did there.
You see what I did? You know what I'm saying? While you having that good day, you still gonna have a good day waiting on this one, man. So those two right there get the plug off top. Janet's Etsy shop, she dropped a little combo duo of the manifestation oil and the money oil. You can get those, and everything in the Etsy shop is free shipping right now. But Miss McCall, before we let you get out of here and we put the kids to bed and everything, we got to give you these hot seat questions. So we're gonna start you off with this or that. Are you a Netflix or a YouTube type of gal?
Netflix.
Cake or pie?
Cake.
Apple juice or orange juice?
Apple juice.
Money or fame?
Money.
Free lunch or free dessert?
Free lunch.
Ketchup or barbecue sauce?
Ketchup.
Your favorite day of the week?
Ooh. Saturday.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how cool are you?
A 7.
What would your campaign slogan be?
Read, bro.
Yeah, I love it. I said, she say anything else? I don't know. I don't know her.
Got him.
All right. Celebrity crush then and now. And Neil is not a celebrity.
Back
No.
in the day,
Jason.
it used to be, oh man, the guy off Jason's lyric. What's his name? Lorenz Tate, right?
Lorenz Tate. Okay.
No, not off Jason's lyric. Lorenz Tate is the one I'm talking about.
Okay.
And now I don't really have one, but I like the way Chris Brown sings.
So everybody said they in there talking about, sis, you a whole ass author out here. So you're a 10 on the cruise scale. So last one for the hot seat. What TV sitcom family would you love to be a part of?
Yes.
Urkel's family. And I mean what are they called? The
Winslows?
Winslows.
The Winslows.
Yeah, the Winslows.
She said Urkel's family. You know who she's talking about, damn it. Shut up.
Yeah.
Right. As soon as she said Urkel, you are, yeah.
Unless the bros got anything else for hot seat, man, that is it.
Nothing, Queen. I
Got
appreciate
good.
you for coming.
Clearly we know who the modest one is in the house because she
Yeah.
said 7. He talking about 15 when he answered his question.
That is not what I
Yeah.
said.
You know,
that
as
is
a
not what I
mom-
said.
Thank you, Dana.
Mhm.
Thank you,
Thanks y'all
Dana.
too. Y'all, I appreciate y'all for having me. Y'all have a good night. Bye.
Yep. Much love. And I just got, I broke our small business shout out. Our biz shout outs has been broken out in categories. So we got the health and wellness, which we put Janet's stuff up there. Great reads by great authors. It's both of Dana's books, Nick's books on Nick's bookshelves on there. And we got Jaden Randall's on there. Goods and services, you got Legacy of Negasi, Culture College, Chase and Charlie, AKs and Tech. Kayla Thomas is doing Style Seat. Check that out. We got the Instagrams. We got Katrina Coles with the wine shop at home. It's getting cold and getting ready for these Christmas parties and everything like that. They can get you squared away. Your free wine taste or your wine tastings and everything. The Village Healer Apothecary and the YouTube channels, the Compass channel. We got the Undisputed Champs channel, the BFA channel, and the She Gathers Wellness. That's going to do it for our biz shout out. So, Mr. Wally, you want to tell the people we're getting into for episode number 5?
All right, so
The freaks come out at night. Oh, my bad.
Next week. All right, next week we are lining up. First and foremost, hold on, I gotta throw wedding anniversary number 7. Before we get to episode 5,
Yeah.
1025.
All right.
Staying alive, to survive, and always thrive.
Yep.
Whatever you want to go with that. Yeah, so that's part of the journey, man. Year 7. And then
Lucky number 11.
Number 11. Mr. Wally and Leigh Marie.
Leigh Marie McDowell.
Where my card at, man?
Match made in heaven, man.
You gotta hold it up like this too. It gotta be.
Yeah.
Find it, man.
Number 7. That's big time, though, man.
All right. Yeah, man.
That thing is
definitely numbers. Doing some numbers here.
Yeah.
But the episode 5 next Wednesday will be our last episode going into Halloween. So, title for episode 5 will be "Scared of What?"
Scared of what?
Like, I mean, we talking about. What is it? Whether it's a scary movie, whether it's a certain character, whether it's a certain, like, what are we talking about here that may have moved you, whether you were a child, or what still bothers you now? Is it, your wife walking up behind you in the kitchen when you bend the corner and you karate size her or something? Is it, you know what I'm saying? Like, is it something that you had a nightmare about when you saw Michael Myers for the first time, or what happened when you saw Nightmare on Elm Street? Or do you have a Nightmare on Elm Street shirt that you might wear while we go live next Wednesday? I don't know. So we're just gonna see what y'all want to do. We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna get into it and be there or be scared. You know what I'm saying?
I love it. Today was also Youth Confidence Day. Youth, y'all be confident out there. Medical Assistance Recognition Day. I think I know a MA. My daughter's a MA. So big shout out to them. And if you didn't have it today was Chicken and Waffles Day, and y'all missed it. Well, we see y'all next week.
Shout out to the blacks.
Man, y'all come back and check us out same time, same place next week, man. BFA 3FA signing off. We love y'all.
Peace.